Hi fellow KeyForgers, so as you all know, Worlds Collide is out, and so we've got ourselves a pretty new box here. So in today's video I want to open up this premium box and see what's in there. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, so we opened it up and it looks like this. So you could slide it out of this this cover. Let's have a look. Alright, nice. So, okay, so it's all filled up like this. That's really nice. So let's get this out of here. Alright, so we start out with a number of deck boxes. So that's kind of nice. And here you can put stickers of different houses. So I got some of these stickers at the Spiel this year, so definitely will be using these. Alright, cool. Then, okay, cool, yeah, so there are also stickers in there anyway for all of the houses, so both the old and the new houses, I guess. Yeah, Sanctum and Mars are still on there. So that's really nice that they provide this in there. Okay, so these are the new tokens. Let's open up these. Alright, so these are the tokens that are in the set, so we have some of these. These are yellow. I guess these are the new stun tokens, right? Because we also have the war tokens. These are blue, and I think that the stun tokens used to be blue, so probably that's why they want to do it. So these are the war tokens. These are the new stun tokens, so they're a bit more different. Alright, and we also have these enrage tokens, even more +1 counters. And then these armor tokens. So I was really missing these in the previous set, so that's going to be really useful to have these guys. Alright, so then we also have the chain tracker in here. So let's have a look at that. See what we've got. Alright, so that looks pretty neat. So alright, so now you can see these are the chain trackers that are included in the premium box. So these are quite nice actually. They rotate really well. The numbers are shown here, right? So you see the numbers are here, and then yeah, you see how many chains you have right here, right? So well, how many chains you have right here, and then here you see how many cards you draw less each turn. So that's quite nice. I like it. It's really decent. Cool. Alright, so what else do we have in here? We also have a token box, I guess. So that's kind of nice. These are really neat. I mean, look at that. So that's some really nice stuff. Close them up like that. Some really nice design. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's use that immediately. So they all fit very nicely. The chain tracker also fits, so that's really neat that they've done that. Right. Nice little box. Okay, and this part, so what actually was part of the box, can also be used as a storage for decks. So that's really neat, right? I like it a lot. Premium box is really good value in that sense. Right, so let's put that over here. And then we're going to start with the really interesting part, namely the two decks. So we start out with this Untamed Star Alliance deck, which is really nice because I still don't have a Star Alliance deck, so I really appreciate that. And then we have a Star Alliance Shadows Saurian deck. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Let's start out with this guy here. Alright, so here we go. So the name is Grim of Treshopolis Market. This Untamed Star Alliance. Really curious to see what we have here. Okay, so let's start out with our Untamed cards. So we start out with a Feathered Shaman. So a human witch, 2-power creature, elusive. It's a new one, I guess. fight or reap, ward each of the feathered shaman's neighbors. So that's really good. Already heard that warding is really nice, so whenever you fight or reap with this guy, and it is elusive, so I think that's really good. Alright, then we've got Fangtooth Cavern. That's a bit of a weird one. So it gives you an amber, it's an artifact. At the end of your turn, destroy the least powerful creature. So that can be useful for yourself, or it can be useful for your opponent. So Unnatural Selection. Wow, look at this art. That's really nice. Really nice. Alright, play, choose 3 friendly creatures and 3 enemy creatures. Destroy each other creature. Okay, wow, so you can actually kill everything except 3 of your opponent and 3 of yours. That could be really useful. Alright, Tendetlan, we know that one. It's the 3. We've got 2 of those. Alright. Then we've got our action, Song of the Wild. So for the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains reap, gain 1 amber. Okay, that could be really impactful. Okay, wow. Good. We also have a Rustnar, destroy an artifact. If it had an amber bonus, you gain that much amber, so that's really nice. A Regrowth, we know that one. We have 2 Regrowths. We've got 2 Regrowths, so that's good. A Key Charge, always very nice to have a Key Charge. Then we have the Imprinted Murmuk, so elusive, your keys cost -1. So I believe the old Murmuk was like, give your opponent +1. This is your keys cost -1, so that's nice. Together with the Regrowth, so I think overall that's already a quite decent Untamed house. We also have this action, gives you an amber called Cauldron Boil. Deal damage to each creature equal to the amount of damage on that creature. So deal damage to each creature equal to the amount of damage that is already on the creature, so that's quite cool. That's a nice action. Alright, so I think the Untamed house looks quite nice. We've got a nice selection of creatures. I would have replaced these 2 Tendetlan creatures, I don't know, maybe. There are some effects, of course, like the new Edie Logos creature that your opponent's keys cost +1 for each card in your archive, and this would be like a little bit of a counter to that, so that could be useful. And we've got Key Charge, always happy to see Key Charge. 2 Regrowths, a Natural Selection. That's a hell of a lot of amber generation as one. There's already 5 amber generation, just pure of the amber tokens, so I like that, seems good. Alright, let's go to part 2, and part 2 is really interesting. It's the new Star Alliance cards. So we start out with an artifact called Quixel Stone. Gives you an amber. If a player has more creatures in play than their opponent, they cannot play creatures. So that is like massively annoying. That is really annoying. Really curious to see that one in action. Okay, an upgrade. Encounter Suit. After an action card is played, but before it resolves, ward this creature. That's really good. That's a really good card. So it could be a good one against, let's say, board wipes and whatever. Okay, then we've got Tactical Officer Moon. 4 power, Assault 2. So before it attacks, it deals 2 damage, and play, you may rearrange the creatures in a player's battle line. Really good, really disruptive, because the battle line placement is getting more and more important. I think in Call of the Archons it was really not that important, but now it's getting more and more important. You already saw it with Age of Ascension, now you see it again with Worlds Collide, so that's quite nice. It's a good creature. Nurse Soto, deploy. Play, fight, and reap. Heal 3 damage from each of Nurse Soto's neighbors, so that's quite nice. Not really special, but it's okay. Okay, 3 power, Navigator Ali. Play, fight, or reap. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. That could potentially be really powerful, right? So, and it also has this flavor text: if Ali says we're lost, we're really lost, according to Captain Val Jericho. I like that. I like these creatures, and I also like that they have the play, fight, reap abilities. Then we have another upgrade. I think they're really upgrade heavy, these Star Alliance, which is quite thematical, I guess. Look at this beautiful art of this creature against the Star Alliance female. So we've got an upgrade. 1 amber, this creature gains reap, ward this creature. Really good. Alright, love it. We've got an action, 1 amber called Zap. Deal 1 damage to a creature. for each house represented among creatures in play. So potentially 6 damage, right? Nice card. Good card. Then we've got another creature, 3 power, Sensor Chief Garcia. Play Fighter Reap, keys cost +2 amber during your opponent's next turn. She hasn't taken the goggles off since the crash. Really cool. Then we have Science Officer Kincan, an alien, proximan, and scientist. These are some new traits here, like proximan. I haven't seen that one. These are all humans. This is an alien, proximan, and a scientist. Elusive. After a player chooses an active house which matches no cards in play, steal 1 amber. Okay, so then you're actually steal 1. So potentially, if I don't have any Untamed and I choose Untamed, I steal 1. If my opponent does the same thing, I also steal 1. So this, I like this. This is a really cool card. Wow. Really not that easy to... Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. Red Alert. So, action. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, deal damage to each enemy creature equal to the difference. Okay, cool. Another Red Alert, and then we've got the Expo Rover. It's a 3 power robot. Skirmish. Expo Rover may be placed as an upgrade instead of a creature. With the text, this creature gains Skirmish. So we could potentially attach this as a Skirmish card, another upgrade. So overall, I'm really glad with this this setup. It looks really nice. Some really good combo creatures and a very intriguing artifact, the Quixel Stone. So let's read that again. If a player has more creatures in play than their opponent, they cannot play creatures. Potentially difficult, and some cool upgrades. Okay, I like that. So let's clean those out. Let's put those over here, and then we have the last house, and that is this. So we started out with a key to this artifact. We all know that one. It's an Omni. Sacrifice key to this to destroy each creature. We've got a Poltergeist. I think that's really important because I have the idea that that artifacts are getting more and more important. So I think Poltergeist is a really good one to have. Then we've got the Evil Eye. Wow, look at this magnificent art, man. Okay, yeah. It gives you an amber, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. That's good. We already had an increase with the imprinted, not the imprinted Mermuk, but the one of those Star Alliance guys. So we got another Evil Eye. We've got 3 Evil Eyes. Okay, so that's really mean. So I potentially have, basically these are like Flash of Broken Dreams, but in an action card form, and it gives you an amber, and I've got 3 of those. Maybe 3 was too much, but anyway, it's nice. Then we've got the Rot Grub. So it gives you it's a 1 power beast creature. Play, your opponent loses 1, and Reap, Archive, Rot Grub. So that's quite nice. So you can play it, your opponent loses 1, you Reap, you Archive it. That's nice. Okay, then we've got the Imp Spectre. 2 power, destroy it, purge a random card from your opponent's hand. Cool, good effect. Harbinger of Doom, 2 power, 3 armor, which is a bit unusual, I think, for this creature to have that many armor. Destroy to destroy each creature, so that's basically your board wipe, right? Together with your key to this. All right. 1 amber, Festering Touch. Choose up to 2 creatures. Deal 1 damage to each chosen creature. If that creature was already damaged, deal 3 instead. So that's nice. A 4 power creature called Etherome. Reap, destroy a creature of the house with most creatures in play. And we've got 2 of those, and then for the final one we've got Draining Touch. Destroy a creature with no amber on it. Right, so that's Exalt as a counter to that, or Capture as a counter to that, but that's quite good. Alright. That seemed quite nice. I'm really excited to start playing with these cards. I think this is quite a good deck. This house is okay. It's not that many creatures. 5. It's okay. 3 Evil Eyes is maybe a bit over the top, but well, okay. But I like the Star Alliance one and the Untamed one. I think that's quite good. All right, let's put that one over here. And let's have a look at the second one. All right, so this one is called Peterson of Stock Temple. It's a Star Alliance, Shadow, and Saurian. I'm really hoping that this is a good deck. Alright, let's have a look. So we'll start out with the Star Alliance side. Okay, cool. So we start out with, okay, this is hard to pronounce, Kar's Blaster. Okay, gives you an Amber. This creature gains Fight or Reap. You may deal 2 damage to a creature or attach Kar's Blaster to Lieutenant Krar. After you attach Kar's Blaster to Lieutenant Krar, ward Lieutenant Krar. Okay, so that's quite cool. So if you put it on this lieutenant, it will also ward him, and otherwise you can also put it on another one. If he fights or reaps, you can deal 2 damage, or you can attach it to Lieutenant Krar. So that's cool. I like this these blasters for Star Alliance. They're really upgrade heavy. Garcia's Blaster also gives you an Amber, and it says this creature gains Fight or Reap. You may deal 2 damage to a creature or attach it to Garcia, to Chief Garcia. So it's the same ability, but then after you attach Garcia's Blaster to Central Chief Garcia, you steal an Amber. Okay, so there are different effects. Love it. Action card gives you an Amber. We can all win, with all capitalized. Each player keys cost -2 until the end of your next turn. That's cool. An Amber. Xeno Training. Look at these Brotner guys looking at that Star Alliance, dude. For each house represented among friendly creatures, a friendly creature captures 1. Okay, so potentially you could capture 3. Blending in with the locals sounded easier on paper. Some good flavor text. Alright, so that's an action. Then we have Sensor Chief Garcia, so play Fight Reap. Keys cost +2 Amber during your opponent's next turn. So we also have our Blaster. Red Alert, if there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, you deal damage to each enemy creature equal to the difference. We've got 2 of those. Another upgrade, Light of the Archons, gives you an Amber. This creature gets +1 power and +1 armor for each upgrade attached to it. So that's quite nice, but if they're, so including this one probably. So that's nice. Then we have also, of course, Lieutenant Krar. He also has a Blaster. He has 5 power taunt, Alien, and it's in Handuan. Okay, so before that we had another new creature. This is a Handuan. Hazardous 3. At last, honorable combat. Cool. So he belongs to Krar's Blaster. Then we also have First Officer Frayne. Play Fight or Reap. A friendly creature captures 1 with the text Frayne, hand me the... Here you go, Captain. Okay, cool. So then we have a 2-power creature, Chief Engineer Walls. Elusive, play Fight or Reap. You may return an upgrade or robot card from your discard pile to your hand. So that's quite nice. A robot or an upgrade. So you could get your blasters back. That's nice. Or robot creatures. We don't have any robot creatures in here for now. And I've got that twice, so I have a fairly good chance of getting my blasters back. Or the Light of the Archon. So that's good. That's cool. Nothing too special, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out, but I like it. Okay, let's have a look at the Shadows creatures. We'll keep the Saurians lost. So I've got a Snack Lifter. Again, like I said before, you take control of an enemy artifact. That's really nice. I think it's really important to have some artifact control. So we also have a Spike Trap, gives you an Amber. It's an artifact with an Omni ability. You can sacrifice it. If you do, you deal 3 damage to each flank creature, so that's also yours, right? Oubliette, great card. Since the Call of the Archons, I love this card, really nice. Action card, Into the Night. That's an old Sanctum creature over here, I think, right? I think so. Cool. Until the start of your next turn, non-Shadows creatures cannot be used to fight. Okay, fine. Duskrunner, we know that one. Reap to steal 1. We've got an Umbra with Skirmish and Fight steal 1. We've got a Mug with an Amber. Move 1 Amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. So that's a really good card against these Saurians, right? That want to exalt all the time. I've got 2 of those. We've got a Javinda, 2-power elusive creature with a Reap ability that says deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys the creatures, your creature steal 1. We've got Breaker Hills, an elusive 1-power creature, and he gives his neighbors action steal 1, so that's nice. We've got a bad penny, 2 bad pennies. Okay, that sucks maybe a little bit to have 2 bad pennies, but we don't really have a way to destroy it, right? Like with the artifact. So that sucks. Well, maybe you could put the 2 bad pennies on each side and activate the spike trap. You don't really care, so that's something that you could do. All right. So then we go over to the Lost House. Really excited to see these Saurians. Let's have a look. Okay, we start out with an action card. It gives you an amber and it's called Diplomacy. Okay, it's an alpha card, so it's the first thing I have to do. And it says until the start of your next turn, each creature gains before fight, exalt this creature. Okay, so before fight you could exalt the creature. I'm curious to see how that will work, because you don't want to exalt too much, right? It has a flavor text, everyone looks up to the Saurians. Really cool. Okay, we've got an upgrade, the Callipygian Ideal. Okay, this was a bit hard to pronounce. Play, you exalt the creature, and this creature gains, you may spend amber on this creature as if it were in your pool. So that's quite nice. So yeah, it's a good combination. If you play this on a creature, you can exalt it, you can use it as amber. You can also use Diplomacy, you get an amber, and before fight you can exalt the creature. So could be really interesting. Okay, then we have a creature, Dinosaur Soldier. It's called Par Guardian. 6 power, 1 armor. That's really beefy. Reap, you may exalt Par Guardian. If you do, ward each of its neighbors. Really, really powerful. Wow. We've got a Tricerian Legionary. 5 power, 1 armor. Taunt, play ward a friendly creature. Okay, all of these ward abilities is crazy. Okay, so then we start out with a Golden Spiral artifact. Exalt a friendly creature, ready and use that creature. So that's quite nice. We should have that quite early on. Senator Strix. 4 power, 1 armor. You may spend amber on Senator Strix as if it were in your pool. And when you play and reap, you may exalt Senator Strix. So that's quite nice. Then we've got a Quester Jarda. Elusive, 3 power. Reap, you may exalt Quester Jarda. If you do, you gain 1. So basically you reap. You get an amber, then you gain another amber if you exalt it, and maybe you could combine that with the Callipygian Ideal so that you can also spend that amber. So that's nuts. We've got 2 of those. We've got also a Perfectus Ludo. Wow, I mean really, the artist who made these cards, this art is so beautiful. I really like these Roman dinosaurs. So it says each other friendly creature gains destroyed, move each amber on this creature to the common supply, which is really nice because I mean, then you can exalt all the way, you don't really care. If it dies, it just goes to the common pool. Felling Strikes gives you a amber and says choose a creature, deal 1 damage to it for each friendly creature. You may exalt a friendly creature to repeat the preceding effect, so that's quite nice. We've got a Legatus Raptor, 4 power, 1 armor. Fight, you may exalt Legatus Raptor. If you do, ready and use another friendly creature. Cool. And then the last one is Chant of Hubris. It gives you an amber and it says move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. So you could potentially say, okay, I move amber that is on one of my creatures because I exalted, and you move it to your opponent, for example. Okay, overall it's quite creature heavy, but I like it. I don't think it's terribly bad. Really excited to test this one out. This is going to be used on my next visit to the friendly local game store. Okay, so that was it. We looked at the 2 decks. We have this nice little box that you can put your decks in, so it's quite nice. They fit in really good. Probably you have to use these ones, so let's have a look at that. So these build up quite easy like that. All right. Let's put one in to see how this works out. There you go. There's more than room enough for sleeving your cards. It's just carton, right? So keep that in mind. It's just plain carton, these cards. I mean these deck boxes. So you can write the name, you can put some of these stickers that you got over here, and then they fit really nicely in here. Together with your token box, it also fits nice. this is a really great buy. If you're already playing KeyForge for some time, I think this is your best bet. Don't buy a starter set. I mean, you don't need a starter set. We already have two, right? From Call of the Archons and Age of Ascension. I think the premium box is a really good buy. If you don't want all the extra stuff, if you don't want the box, the token box, if you don't want like the chain tracker, you can just buy a premium deck and you're also fine. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe, it really helps me out, and like this video, comment on it, let me know if you want to know anything else, and well, thanks for watching. See you next time.